You guys, I am back with another episode of The Heart of Mecca. So, we were debating last episode. Are we going to do Mecca's perspective or are we going to do The Heart of Mecca? I don't think I came up with that name at that time or got suggested that name at that time, but my heart's telling me to go with The Heart of Mecca. It's just very soft and even if I may have some type of strong opinion towards something, I just feel like the name is just more soft and more inviting. But I love you guys. We are back. We are here with another episode. Um, and I thank everybody for supporting my first episode and tuning in the way you guys tune in and gave me the feedback that you guys gave me because I'm sincerely just so happy and proud of myself for starting this. So just before I start this episode off, this morning while I was getting ready, I was listening to a pastor speak because I just needed some motivation this morning. I had a rough morning. If I was to get into it, y'all would be like, I need a therapy session right now. I had a very rough morning, but everything's flowing into place, thank God. But the sermon that I had on, the pastor was talking about forgiveness, right? And we all go through life and we all have scenarios and situations where we go through something traumatic. That's just, how life is. And we have to go through the process of forgiving somebody. And sometimes it can be so tough and frustrating to have to forgive somebody that hurt us. And give somebody forgiveness that we feel like they don't deserve to be forgiven because of how much pain they caused or their mindset or how they're still treating people or the simple fact that they haven't changed their ways, so why would I forgive them? Or we just come up with so many reasons of why we shouldn't forgive somebody. But the more I listened to it, the more I understood of how it makes our own hearts heavy, right? And the whole purpose of forgiving is not for the other person. It's never for the other person. It's for ourselves. It's so we can carry our heart as light as a child's heart. And it's so much easier said than done while we're still in pain. And he also spoke about how we are continuing to be in a season of trauma as of why we're not forgiving people. This season of trauma can be prolonged by our doing because our hearts aren't open to just forgiving somebody. And that does not mean we have to forget what they've done or what we've experienced. We're actually not supposed to forget what we've experienced because it's going to mold us into who God wants us to be. Like this trauma that we're experiencing and enduring and going through, and this pain and this hurt molds us to be the person that we need to be to continue our life journey. But we have to go through the process of forgiving this person for ourselves, not for them. So the Apostle Peter asked Jesus how many times he should forgive someone, suggesting 7 times. So the Apostle Peter just picked a number. He was like, should I forgive them 7 times? Because it's like the number 7, a lucky number 7, right? To which Jesus famously replied, saying, 7 times 7, which is emphasizing unlimited forgiveness. So he's not literally saying 7 times 7 times is how many times you can forgive somebody. He's just saying you're going to continue to forever forgive. People are going to continue to forever disappoint you. This is life. It is what it is. And he just wants us to be molded as a human to the best of our ability to say you're going to have to continue to forgive people. Meaning you should always forgive, right? But that does not mean you have to forget what you've experienced. What you've experienced is part of your journey and it's part of the process of life. But that does not mean if someone has harmed you, you forgive them and let them back into your life so they can do it again. No, it's really all about learning your lesson. And that was my main topic for today, was about just trying to learn the lesson that God was trying to teach you the first time, so you don't have to continue to experience pain or you don't have to continue to experience trauma and and it molds you into something that you don't want to be. There's so many times I've experienced, or I was in a situation that I knew God was calling me out of. It's so many relationships and job environments that I knew God was clearly telling me to get out of, like clear as day. But because of comfortability level. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way, y'all. But because of comfort and because of Stockholm syndrome and because of all of these other things, I stayed and I just wanted and just prayed and wished for the best. And I continued to learn the same lesson over and over and over and over. And looking back on it, I'm actually very thankful that God was so gentle with me and that he never gave up on me, because there's been so many scenarios, and I know you guys can attest to this as well, that when you look back you're like, I really was saved, because if I would have stayed a little longer this could have happened, or if I would have stayed at this job I would have never stepped into my purpose when it came to this. I would never started my own business. I would have never got this big job opportunity doing this if I just didn't walk away when I did. Like, there's so many times I know we can all look back and be like, I'm so thankful I released this or moved on from this or didn't continue to do the same things myself. Sometimes we continue to put hurt and trauma on ourselves because we won't do what's best for us. As much as I know that when we experience things and stay in it, we like to blame the other party. If this is a relationship, we like to blame the other person. If this is an environment, a home environment, we like to blame everybody else. If this is a job, we like to blame the work environment. But when we get the signs and clear vision of what we need to do or what we shouldn't be doing, we are making the choice, the conscious choice, to continue to allow something to happen or to continue to participate in something. And that's something that I had to come to the realization for myself. In one of my past relationships, I continued to allow certain things, and then I would blame the other person. The more I sat down and realized, like, you're allowing this to happen. Like, as much as you want to look at the situation, like, there's so much potential here, or whatever it may be, like, I had to check myself and I had to do like a self-love list. Like, Mac, this isn't real love, and this isn't self-love for yourself, and this isn't you nurturing yourself. And I promise y'all, I always think like, this is why God blessed me with a little girl, because every time, if I'm ever getting treated a certain way, I always think about my daughter and if I would want her to be treated that way. And then I can automatically make a clear decision. Like, it's so clear to me when I put my daughter in my shoes and be like, if I was to know she was experiencing this, what would I want her to do? How would I want her to handle this? I always say, like, the easiest thing to do is to stay the same. That's the easiest thing to do. The hard work comes in when you want something to change, when you want to change yourself, when you want your environment to change, when you want to stop dating the same type of people, when you want to stop attracting the same type of people, environments, work environments, when you want to become successful. That's when the hard work comes in. The easiest thing for you to do is to stay complacent and to stay the same. The actual inner work comes in when you make a decision to say, I don't want to accept bare minimum anymore. I don't want to accept I want to be making this type of money at this job. When you raise your standards and you start working on yourself, that's the hard part. And that's why a lot of people get stuck in a cycle of accepting less than they should. So we're here today to acknowledge if we've been repeating any cycle that we want to step out of. We're here today talking about things that we want to change. If we're not happy with our life, we're going to write down a list of things that we want to change, and we're going to write down how we're going to get there. These are the things that we have to think about And these are the type of things we have to put energy into. We can't continue to put in energy into the things that we don't like, that we don't desire, that don't make us feel good. We literally have to put actual energy, time, and effort into the life that we want. When you want to work for yourself, start working towards that business. It can be anything. You can write down one idea a day, anything. If you want to stop attracting certain people, you have to work here first. If we're attracting a certain type of man in our life that we really not feeling, and we could tell it's the same energy but a different man, we're going to look inside and figure out what we need to do to change about ourselves to stop attracting this certain type of man. And the same thing for men. If you're attracting a certain type of woman that you're not too fond of, and you don't understand why this type of girl is coming, is always trying to holler at you or do whatever, we're going to look inside and see what we need to change to stop attracting those type of people. Like, it's an inner work thing. Once I realized that this had to do with me and nobody else but myself, I was able to like maneuver in life different. I was able to have a whole different mindset than what I had a few years ago. I do not think the same at all. And me changing my mindset and just looking at life different, and it's taken me years to get to where I'm at now, and I'm still working on myself on a daily still. But I just realized it was certain things in my life that I was not happy about, certain things that I was attracting that I was not too fond of. I was not really feeling it like that. Like, I realized that, and I realized that I'm the one that can change that. It's me. Like, I'm the one, I have control over those type of things because there's work that I needed to do inside. So with all of that being said, you guys, I think that we have to start looking inward. We have to start figuring out the life that we want to live. And it's not saying we're going to come up with a plan and it's going to go that exact way. No, we're going to figure out what we want. We're going to pray about it, and we're going to take the steps necessary. While we're here on this earth, having this mind-blowing life human experience, walking and driving and talking to each other and hugging each other and traveling this beautiful world, it blows my mind that we're even having this experience. I talk about this with my sister all the time. While we're having this experience, make it the best experience that you possibly can. Grind for a good body, a good healthy body. Work hard, eat good, work towards your goals, travel the world if that's your thing. If finding true love is your thing, work on yourself. You'll attract it. I'm so big on having a healthy mindset, and it's been showing up for me, and I'm so thankful for it. And that's why I'm here talking about it, because I feel like everybody deserves to experience an amazing life. Everybody. So I hope and pray you guys love this episode. Please go back and watch the first one, my first episode. This is episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love the feedback. I think I said that earlier, but I love you guys so much. Please like, share, subscribe, send me messages, comment. Like, I appreciate the love. It keeps me going. I really, really, really do. So just let me know what you guys are thinking. Peace and love.